If you are an edtech founder who's putting a lot of money on the ads, but your team is struggling to close leads that you're getting in, and now you're wondering what exactly to do because your team is not able to close proportionately to what you are spending, and you're worried about your business, and you're worried about how to see the growth and how long you can sustain like that, then this video is for you. Hi, my name is Sachin. I'm the founder of Scaled. In this video, I'm going to share with you the entire edtech sales SOP. Over the last 7 years, I'm into training sales team, specifically and particularly into the edtech ecosystem. And what I have found out is that there's no proper guidance or training or SOP exists when it comes to training the edtech sales team. And because of that, a lot of sales team not able to perform at their highest potential. And because of that, the business suffer. So in this video, I will be covering every aspect of the sales process. And in the last 7 years, I've worked with some of the Shark Tank brands, Silicon Valley edtech startups. Now I do know what works in the edtech ecosystem, what doesn't, because I've seen the lows, because I worked with the teams that were not performing at all, and all the bottlenecks or the challenges that exist because of that. And also I've worked with the trains that are performing at a very highest level and doing around 2 CR every single month using certain SOPs and systems. Now the major difference between a 1 CR at tech business and a 10 CR at tech business is the systems and the SOPs and the leverage of these systems. Now what I mean by those systems, I'm going to cover in this entire video. So if you're an edtech founder or a sales head of any edtech company, and if you're doing somewhere around 1 CR to 10 CR or 20 CR annually, and now you want to scale further, now see whether you're following these all the SOPs or not inside your edtech ecosystem. And if you want the access of this entire detailed document, then comment sales below and I will share that with you. And here is also the caveat. Now it's not about just doing the SOPs, because knowing is not doing. It all comes down to the implementation and the execution of all this process. So there is no point if you just listen to the video and don't execute inside your sales ecosystem. And if you need our help in terms of doing that and help you reach your goal quickly, then there's a link in the description. You can apply for a free strategy call, and my team will guide you how we can help you on training your sales team on all these SOPs that I'm going to share with you. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. So here's the edtech sales SOP system, how you can double your sales by using this entire sales SOP. Now, as I mentioned to you, I will be covering all the process that are included in a sales: your speed to dial, your lead qualification process, your whether you're using a two call process or it's a one call process. So I will go deep dive into that as well. Your objection handling, entire structure I will be covering, and of course your follow up system as well. All right, so let's first deep dive into the speed to dial. Now, so in today's time, you understand that if you are not dialing your lead with speed, then your competitors will definitely. All right, so speed to dial is one of the most important KPI metric when it comes to the sales process, not only in tech ecosystem but across the businesses. Because when a lead is opting in your ad, okay, on your landing page or filling out a form, the pain or the desire is immediate in their mind. So if you can capture them then and there are chances that they'll be able to have a conversation with you. First of all, that's the biggest challenge majority of the sales team have, the connectivity ratio, right? So an average in an industry like attack, it's around 40 to 60%, vary across, right? So this is an average, I'm sharing it with you. So majority of the teams struggle with the connectivity ratio. So if you can capture them then and there itself, when their pain is immediate, chances they will be able to have a conversation with you. And conversation leads to conversions, point number one, right? So you need to keep in mind, the more you're going to delay the calling process, the more are the chances that they will forget or they will not going to pick up the call or whatever, right? So your speed to dial is the most important metric. So first of all, if you are somebody who's having a delay in your sales process, now of course I'm going to give you the metric as well here, like what should be the proper timeline when it comes to the calling ecosystem. Now there is a study that was done by Harvard. If you are able to dial your lead within the first 5 minutes of their opt-in, chances of them converting goes up to 391%. That is 4 times higher. Can you imagine? Within first 5 minutes. So you can completely double your sales just by using this process and dialing your lead within first 5 to 10 minutes of their opt. So see how you can implement that inside your process, at least during the working hours. If not in non-working hours, I'm sure your sales team have working hour. It can be from morning like 9:30, 10 a.m. to the evening. Now, depending upon who's your target audience, like majority of the working professionals, if your target audience is working professionals, right, into the edtech, they don't pick up the call in the mornings, right? Or the first half of the day. They're more responsive, the second half. So accordingly, find out what works for your ecosystem, right? And if you need to divide teams into shift ecosystem, like morning shift, afternoon shift, night shift, you can do that as well. So that's the most important thing, right? Otherwise there's so many distractions out there and people have so many options, they're going to completely going to forget, and connectivity will not happen. If your team is not able to connect with your leads, of course the conversion cannot happen, right? Because that's a later stage. So you need to first have a conversation. So how you can increase your conversation? By dialing the leads quickly. Point number one, at tech ecosystem, you can just completely double your sales just by following on this one metric, right? So research consistently shows that lead contacted within 5 minutes are 9x more likely to convert than those contacted after 30 minutes. Again, you can check it out on Google. You'll be able to find it out, right? So in the Indian tech context, your lead may be receiving 3 to 5 calls from your competitors simultaneously. First mover advantage is decisive. It's very important, as I mentioned to you. If you are not going to call your leads, your competitors will. So figure this out and establish this entire SOP inside your ecosystem. Now, if you cannot do your like manual calling, which is like typically happened right in internet and tech context, you can use AI calling tools as well. Now that's a separate topic altogether. Maybe I can talk on that on some different video. You can use Vapi.ai kind of softwares which are easy to use. See how you can plug and play them inside your ecosystem. Maybe I will create a video around it. How you can create your sales AI agent who's gonna call and qualify people, and then only you don't need any manual qualification, right? So the golden rule of lead response: call every new lead within 5 to 10 minutes of the FOB submission during business hours. For the leads that are after, call within first 15 minutes of the next working day, right? I mean, whenever the work starts, your team should start dialing, right? So this is the golden rule when it comes to this. Now here's the metrics are out there. Again, you can do this some research on the response time. So it's very highest when you call them within first 5 to 10 minutes or within 5 minutes. 9x more likely versus 30 minutes. Can you imagine? Call immediately, assign live notification to sales rep. Particularly if not in non-working hours, you can do that in the working hours. See how you can figure it out, right? This is the one metric you need to focus on. Rest are also there, like 5 to 30 high, acceptable, use auto WhatsApp as a bridge. Now here you can automate as well. Your email can be automated, acknowledged message can go. On the WhatsApp also acknowledged message go immediately as soon as they opt in on your landing page on a fill out a form, right? Or generate a inquiry. Okay. Then 30 to 60 minute moderate lead warming required before the call. And then I would not highly recommend at least within first 30 minutes. If you're not 5 10 minutes, 30 minutes you should call during work hours. That should be your SOP. This is what I exactly recommend to the brands that I work with. Okay. And this is one of the trait of high performing teams, right? Who are performing and generating 2 CR, 1 CR, 3 CR in revenue. They do that. Point number one. One call to two call sales process. Now let's come to that. Now, if you are somebody who's into low ticket programs into the edtech, and let me give the idea when I say low ticket means 5 to 20,000, 25,000 in that range. So you can handle, and maybe I will reduce it to 15,000 because, yeah. So 20,000 where a single call handles qualification, pitch, and close. So here, what your team can do is one call close. Okay. So speed is paramount. The entire sales happen. The first contact lead should be reached within first 5 10 minutes and kept on the call if for 30 40. Now this is not mandatory, of course. 15 20 minute conversation is also good, but again, I will give you the structure that your team need to follow on the calls. Okay, both in one call also, two call also. Okay. So no room for delays. If the lead doesn't pick up, call twice more than within 30 minutes before moving on to the WhatsApp. Okay. So the first shell should always be calling, manual phone calls. If they're not responding immediately, a DNP. So that's how you can automate. Your team can put a DNP tag automatically, an email and a WhatsApp can go to them. Hey, Sachin, we shown the interest. We tried reaching out to you, but there was no response. Please share a convenient time for you. All this process you can completely automate through that. See if people are responding within then 3 hours again. 1 to 3 hours, your team can again dial them up, try calling them. So at least one single lead should be dialed twice or thrice in a day. In our ecosystem, we tell thrice. Now, depending upon what is your volume size of your team also, and what is the volume size of your leads, depend upon that too. Okay. So at least twice in a day you should call. That's a bare minimum, if not thrice, to every single lead that coming on the same day. Okay, so that's the process. Now the process that you need to follow is PPC model: probing, pitching, and closing, or commitment. Probing, pitching, and commitment. So probing means here you are doing the discovery, finding out the pains. Again, there are 4 5 questions which I will again gonna go through as I'm gonna move into the two call close. So 4 5 question discovery, knowing where the gap is, what exactly they're looking for, what they have tried in the past, what their goal is. Once you understand, then pitch your program as per their needs. Okay. And then get into the commitment phase, which is basically two things: either you close them with a token amount or the money, or you book a follow-up call, right? Bam fam, we call it. Book a meeting from another meeting. Okay. So bam fam is the word that is used. So that's the only two type of commitment you need to take. This is just a simplified version of the script. I'm sharing it with you. If you need a detailed version of it, we're gonna help you create this one. And if you need our help in terms of helping you out crafting this and training your sales team, then you can book a free one-to-one call. Find the link in the description, or else, as I mentioned to you, go ahead, go on GPT Cloud, create your script like that. Okay, and you will find multiple videos on my YouTube channel. I've shared the entire framework with you also on this. Now comes the two call close. Now, in two call close, basically, you need to follow. And now, this for basically for the edtech businesses who are selling upward of 25,000, 20,000, and that's where, because people hesitate in paying in front on a first call, gaining the trust. Now, in today's time, any particular lead require at least 12 to 15 touch points before they buy from you. Now, this is again the average. Okay, so when I say 15, 12, that means qualification, proper demo need to happen. They want to see things, they want to understand things in detail. And particularly, the more higher you are selling in your ticket size, the more and more interaction or the touch points they need before they make the payment. Right? That's very common now. If you're buying a thing of a 5,000, if you're buying a thing of 50,000, there's a difference, right? You want more surety, certainty when you're buying for a 50K program rather than a 5,000 rupee program. Okay, so here you need to follow a two call model, where basically you will first need to have a qualification call, which will be a short, quick discovery call of 5 minutes, 10 minutes maximum. And then there will be a demo call or a counseling call or a strategy call, all like whatever the name, which is basically a detailed conversation which can happen over a Zoom or a Google Meet. Okay, so first discovery call, the formula that should be used or the framework that should be used called BANT, as you understand, BANT. It's budget, authority, need, and time. 4 5 questions you need to ask them. So basically, you need to acknowledge that, hey, we receive a request from you that you show the interest in XYZ. Let me know how I can help you, and see if we can help you at the first place. So may I know what exactly? Then ask them the current situation, what exactly they are doing, what is the goal, what they have tried, are they like, of course, are they open to invest or on the program. Okay, now this is a overview of the first call, that is band formula framework. Call number two is main sales call, demo, strategy session, or consultation, whatever you want to call it. Now this is a proper detailed call which can last for 30 to 45 minutes or 1 hour, depending upon, again, like your target audience and what you sell in a tech. So here basically you do the, again, PPC model, which I shared with you: probing, 5 6 questions; pitching, that is again 2 step, 3 step process. You need to you need to understand the gap according to that pitch, how your program is the right fit, and then take the commitment. Again, I will walk you through the structure here inside this video. Don't worry about it. Now, most important thing, speed still matters on call one, and that's exactly what I mean by speed to dial. You need to qualify them as quickly as possible and book them for the demo call if they're qualified, right? So first 5 10 minutes. Again, I'm referring first 10 minutes. If you can call, if not five, great. If not 10, at least 30. That will set the tone. Okay, and send them a calendar confirmation, WhatsApp reminders, or call them as well. Now this entire SOP again that you're gonna have to automate as soon as the call is booked. They should get email confirmations, WhatsApp confirmations, manual reminders, calls also. And here's a magic I'm going to share with you, which I share with multiple brands who are doing, multiple growth. Now, all the traffic that you're going to get now, of not all, in fact, the majority of the traffic will be cold. Okay, unless until the source of that lead is organic, or YouTube or Instagram. That means they must have consumed some content, so they have warmed up slightly. Now this kind of people, they are cold audience, which particularly through ads you are getting, right? And majority in the ad tech ecosystem, people run ad. This will be a cold audience, so you need to make sure after the first call, your team give them some resources, some detailed video. Maybe you can record one VSL, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depending upon whether you're into B2B, B2C, who you sell. Again, we're going to help inside scale the ecosystem if you want our help. Otherwise, record a detailed video, who this video is for, what exactly you do, how your program look like, just a sneak peek, and back it up with proof, what kind of results you have brought in, and then go hard on making asking them to make a commitment, let's say book a call. So this entire VSL is kind of an educational video. It should not be a very promotional video. Like, not people confuse it. They make the VSL in a promotional setup way. No, it should be educational video. You don't need to high much editing. A simple video like this that I'm creating for you guys. Okay, so it should be a more of educational video, so that your prospect understand in detail, go through some case studies before they come on the demo call, strategy call, all this, right? This will be a game changer, I'm telling you, because before They come on the call, they will be slightly warmed up, and you will have much more chance of closing them because now they have gone through the content, they have gone through the case study. I do understand a lot of people will not, despite putting a lot of reminder, but your team need to make sure they do have a proper SOP system around it. So as soon as they're booking the call in the Zoom or Google Meet, in the calendar, confirmation, WhatsApp, all these things can go, manual calling, and along with this resource that I mentioned to you. This can be a game changer if you're not doing this. Okay. What is the checklist for you? Speed to leads, set up a real-time lead notification via CRM. Again, use any multiple CRM out there. In the last call I covered CRM automation. If you have not seen the video, go ahead and check it out, how to automate what CRMs to use. Assign a dedicated lead responder quick during peak hours, like from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. Create an auto WhatsApp message that fires within 60 seconds of form submission, which is like within immediately basically. Track first call attempt time in your CRM as a daily KPI and review speed of response data weekly in team meetings. Okay. So that's how you do maintain it. Because again, if you are not maintaining and talking on this KPI, your team don't know it, right? So you need to ensure that first you track it, then you discuss in daily huddles or weekly review calls. If it is 30 minutes, how we can make it 10 minutes. If it is 10 minutes, how we can reduce it to 5 minutes. Okay. I've already shown you the metric. Just by doing working on this, you'll be able to double your sales. Now I'm sharing all the learning that I had in the last 7, 8 years about the training the Edtech team and in training in my team as well. That is generating multiple seven figures every single month. Okay. Section 2, lead qualification process. Now I've already given you the framework, which is like first call if they are doing like the two call close model, they need to follow the BANT formula. Budget, authority, need, and time. Can the lead afford your program? Do they have like need EMI financing and all? So you can give them the range. Now here's the thing: a lot of people gonna say, "Hey, Sachin, I get a lot of junk and non-serious people." So let me just answer this question already because I'm sure people will have them in mind. Okay, filtering junk and non-serious leads. If you are somebody who's doing that, again, I have given you the script as well. Just copy paste this entire script. Again, do some tweaks if needed. You need to hard qualify people. If you are getting a lot of non-serious people who can't afford the program, of course, who can't afford the program, look into your ads and the target audience that you're targeting. Point one. So we have one teacher, like she was teaching magic maths, and she was targeting housewives. Organically, she has closed a lot of housewives. But when it comes to ads, although she just started last 15 days back only, but she says, Sachin, I struggle to close these with the people because they say when I'm sharing the slight like budget as well, my program costs X amount. They are saying, oh, it's too much for me, I can't afford. And the very first call, she follow two call close method. Okay. So that's why we particularly ask her to share the program data because these are housewife, they are dependent on their spouse. Point one. Usually, again, I'm not labeling here, I'm not generalizing here, but usually there's a common objection that they get. So what I told them is, hey, yeah, let's hard qualify people. Let's those who are serious, then only get them on the second call so that you spend your time with the serious people. Secondly, we're going to change the audience now from housewife to working professional who want to start their own online business or becoming educator, particularly wedding nights. Okay. You can target them and tell them how this is a big opportunity and how they can earn a lot of money. Right. Because they do have paying capacity. Right. So see who is your target audience, and if you're getting a lot of non-serious leads, so please ensure that you hard qualify them. When I say hard qualify, basically give them the range of your program and tell them, of course, follow this band and ask them, "Okay, this is the pricing range. Are you open for investing that amount of money? Is that works for you? If not, again, are they okay with EMI or financing options?" So that kind of thing you can do with this non-serious because there's no point in getting them on the second call. Now, in the first call, there's no filtration as such. Of course, you can ask certain questions in your opt-in form. That's another way you can filter out people is in your opt-in form, you can add a couple of questions. You can hard qualify there as well. And you can share them a range what this program worth. Investing, are they open for investment to upskill their career or whatever that you offer? If they are not, don't call them, don't bother. If you are playing a good volume game, because those like what I've seen is in Edtech, the people who use one call close model or method, they have a good volume of lead, like high volume of leads coming in. So and high volume, the chances are you must be getting a lot of non-serious people in chunk as well. So in those cases, you can share them the range of what your program cost, and then accordingly you can move forward, right? I hope this really helps. Again, in case you have some questions for me, you still have any doubts here, put them in the comment section, and I will personally going to read out every comment and reply back to you. Going back to the BANT framework, so now you know what is the like authority. Are they the decision maker or spouse? If it is K-12, you understand you are targeting parents. If it is students, again check whether they are independent in the decision making or they financially dependent on the parents, and try to get them on the call. Do they have a genuine skill gap or a career problem program so that your program solves? Okay, and then timeline, how quickly they want to solve this, how quickly they want to move forward. Okay, so ask these questions. Now, as I mentioned, how to qualify the leads. So ask the budget question, as I mentioned to you. Now, it should not be the very first question. Now, I would not recommend first 2 3 minutes. In the ask the budget question at the end of the call. And I'm talking this about a qualification call that you guys do. Okay. So, which usually lasts for 5 10 minutes. Okay. So, if the lead candidate for the program is shown no flexibility, politely disqualify, move on. How to qualify early process. It keeps the pipeline clean. Okay. So, keep the pipeline very, very clean. Okay. Or you can automate this qualification process as well. If you want to get them on a WhatsApp bot or something like that, or WhatsApp funnel, there again, you can apply your bots there, WhatsApp and all. And that's where all those leads that are qualified, you can give them a call. That's another approach used by people who are using one call close method. Qualify them through a WhatsApp bot, or you can use a WhatsApp funnel as well. You can have a 5 10 questions around BANT and then only move forward with the conversation, right? I hope this really helped. Again, if you have any questions, ask me, because one of the company that we work with, they follow this, and they use a WhatsApp funnel. Their quality ratio of the leads are only just 8%. And that's what I tell all the Edtech founders. Instant form and WhatsApp funnels are not a right scaling strategy. Reason being, a lot of junk comes there. Like 10 to 15% is the maximum you can expect the quality. The rest is junk, not so serious people. And that's where landing page is better. Okay. But landing page will have a slightly higher cost per lead. 150 to 250 is the price. And when it comes to WhatsApp funnels and instant form, the price goes around 50 rupees per lead to 100 rupees per lead, or 150 rupees per lead. Okay. If you're getting low lead volume, high quality leads, soften the budget qualification. Now, again, if you're getting like very less leads volume but high quality, again, as I mentioned, so you can you can soften the budget qualification. Right. So, discovery to demo call, it should be 30 to 50%. Now, this is the benchmark for Indian Edtech. These are the KPIs I'm giving you. As I shared with you, I'm giving everything that I have learned over the last 7 years, building and training some multi-crore companies into the Edtech ecosystem. So, discovery to demo call booking ratio should be 30 to 50%. Demo call to paid enrollment, now it can be anywhere from 15%. Now, this is a 15% to 35% is a very high. I would suggest you can do 30%. Okay. 10% to 30% is a demo to paid role. Overload lead to sales conversion can be in between. Average industry standard is around 3 to 7%. Okay. So overall lead to sales conversion rate can be around 3 to 7%. And if your ratios fall below this, review qualification rigor and lead source quality. Right. So 3 to 5%. Yeah. So lead to sales conversion ratio, we can be around 3 to 5%. Now this is the average right now in the into the Edtech ecosystem. You can check it out. Right. Now I've already covered this part, how you can filter out not so serious people. Okay. So you can add certain questions on your opt-in form if you are using a landing page. If you are using WhatsApp funnel instant forms, as I shared with you, qualify them through WhatsApp bot or something like that, and then only move forward with people. And here's the script for you that you can use. Right. Fantastic. So now let's move on to the section 3. Now the closure framework, which I already shared with you, that in the second call we follow this closure framework. So once qualification band formula is used in the first discovery call, then comes the closure formula for your second call. Now here basically clarify, confirm why they are on the call and what they want. L means label, identify their biggest pain and problem. O means overview, get them to articulate past failures and why old solution didn't work out for them. Now, this is a very, very important question to know what they have done in the past to solve their past pains and problems. Because this is the one question a lot of people don't ask in Edtech, okay, particularly sales teams. Because if you don't know what they have tried, you don't know whether they have already enrolled in any similar program and they failed. And this can be an objection that will come at the end. Hey, I tried enrolling. I have enrolled earlier also in some in these kind of programs, and they don't work for me. Now that time will be difficult for you to handle. So ask them this question, okay? Sell the destination, sell the vacation. So paint the vision of the transformation and future, like why they are here, what they want. So I'm just giving you this an overview. So for every this step, there is a particular question that you need to ask. And here is a example also I've given you. E means explain, that bridge the gap. Your solution, basically, that's where your pitch comes, like how your program is a suitable fit for where they are, where they want to go, and this gap you program or can be a good transformation. And then reinforce, address the lingering doubts before closing whatever question they have. So answer all the questions that they want to ask you, and then answer those. So this is a detailed structure. As you can see, there is a SOP and system and a clarity every step of the sales process, right? This is exactly we help in including this exactly we help in installing inside your ecosystem, inside your business. So the SOPs are there and properly they are followed. Okay. So if you need our help, as I mentioned to you, of course you can do it by yourself. Go ahead and do it. But if you need our help in terms of scaling this further, it's quick. And if you want our help in terms of scaling your business with speed, because that's what we stand for, our core value is speed, then go ahead and apply for the one-to-one call. Our team will guide you. But I'm sharing with you the entire sales process that we teach inside Scale It. Okay. So the R model, the call structure, as I mentioned to you, basically probing, pitching, and commitment. Probing means ask 20-25 minutes. Now this is for the second call. This model, okay. This is not for the first call, second call. Here you ask some questions related to the closer, as I mentioned to you. Ask open-ended questions. So keep this in mind. Open-ended questions should be there to uncover the current situation, goals, obstacles, and emotional drivers. Use your closer formula. First 4 steps inside this. Okay. Then allow me a second. Yes. Actively mirror their language. Use the exact word the lead uses to describe their problem when you pitch. Very, very important insights. Mirroring is an important technique in negotiations. Mirror the word. Repeat the word they are saying. Use those words when you're pitching the program. Remember, Sachin, you told me because of this you are not able to grow and further because of you don't like because you don't have AI skills. You are because you haven't learned the AI skills. You're worried that you might be laid off quickly. So that's exactly the terminology what they have used. You need to use in your pitch. That's a very important skill. I'm telling you, a biggest like is a gold mine for negotiations if you want to master sales. Take notes visibly, okay, or mention you're taking notes. This signal professionalism and attentiveness as well, okay. Particularly in a Zoom setup, Google Meet setup. Keep probing question for anyone. So, what is the biggest career skill challenge holding you back right now? What does your current income career looks like versus where you want to be? What would change in your life if this problem was solved in the next 6 months? How you invested in any program before? Have you ever invested in any program before? What happened? What happened there? Right. So these are very, 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 very important questions that I would highly recommend all of you to include inside your sales armory. Sales is always and always will be about your quality questions, how you ask your questions, what question you ask, and how you ask. That's the mastery. Okay. So stage number 2 is pitching. Now here, pitch based on what you discovered, not a generic feature dump. Very commonly, I mean, people just see, okay, there's a script I need to follow. They go and just dump it out, the entire script. No, if you sell multiple things, see what exactly they are looking for. If you are selling certificates for your program, like there's a certificate and they have mentioned certificate, use that certificate multiple times in your call, in your pitch. If they talk about, hey, I am looking for internship, and if you provide internship, talk about that internship multiple times. Spend some extra seconds there, extra minutes there. If they talk about job placement, talk on that job placement part. If you provide some, spend again some more minutes there, because the entire job or entire purpose of doing this is to customize your solution. Nobody want a copy paste thing everywhere. People want customization. And if you're gonna dump everything, it will overwhelm them. Understand what is the key problem, and on that key problem you need to fit in, you need to plug in your equal, you need to plug in your program. Okay, so that's how it is. So lead with their stated problem, not your product features, structure, pain, bridge, solution, proof, urgency. Okay, now whenever you're pitching, always use some references of your proof. That means any student who were in a similar position Let's suppose if you're speaking to a housewife, talk about a housewife that she was at the same position before the enrollment in the program and how she transformed the journey. So give a journey, give a proof here. Relevant. It should not, it should be relevant to their avatar. If you're talking to a parent, talk about a parent, how they get transformed. Talk about a parent who was skeptical in investing, something like this, and how, and there are multiple like that, right? So this is a very, again, a gold mine for you if you want to use this. This is a gold mine. I'm sharing it with you. Okay, urgency should be always internal, not external. Again, I will be talking on something on this maybe in another video. Restate their pain problem in their words, which they have used. Again, that's why listening is very, very important. Active listening. Bridge. The reason this happens because of, why. So you both need to agree, your lead and you both need to agree why they are stuck. This is the challenge. Because of this, they are not moving forward, or they haven't moved forward. They are not upskilling. Or if you are selling a desire, they have not been able to achieve that in the past because of this. So that bridge, that gap, so the reason why it happened. So do you both should be on the same page. You both should agree. If they are not, if according to them the problem is different and you are talking about a different problem, there's a clash. The mind of the lead or your prospect will be shut. They will not be gonna listening to you, particularly your pitch. Okay. So when you gonna transition from probing to pitching, you need to restate everything that you have understood. That's where you have to use their words. That's why you have to make notes. Okay. And as I mentioned, you both should agree that this is the challenge. And then according to that only pitch your program. Hope you understand that. Okay. Solution, how that particular problem, once you both agree, then it's very easy for you to tell them, this is how we can help you to solve this problem. Okay. Share a proof, one or two success story relevant to the person, as I mentioned to you, as per their persona. If they are talking to housewife, if you're talking to parents, if you're talking to students, if you're talking to working professional, if you're talking to school decision makers, college decision makers, irrespective who you're talking to, you should use this, right? And urgency, I would like talk on this separately. So you can talk about if you are a cohort based a setup that you run, you can talk about that seat availability, pricing as well. But if you have not done this properly, urgency will not gonna work. It will be a flop. I'm telling you. I'm very transparent, honest with you. If you have not followed this pain bridge solution proof thing and all properly, as I mentioned, urgency will be flop. And I hope you can relate with this if you are into sales for some time. Urgency don't work in today's time. Everybody knows these are fake urgencies. Okay. So you need to ensure that you follow this entirely. If they have been followed properly, urgency will work. Otherwise, if you have not done this properly and just talk about urgency or we have limited seats, people are aware. I mean, they're much more smarter than you. Okay. So in India, so here the pitching tips for you. Use regional language wherever appropriate. Of course, if your lead is speaking in Hindi, speak in Hindi. If they're talking your any regional language, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Gujarati, Marathi, Punjabi, Hindi, Bengali, Haryanvi, whatever that language is, speak in that language. Again, the relatability goes up. They will be able to relate with you. Okay. Reference ROI in terms of salary hike, freelancer income, career transitions. Now, this is a very, very important thing. Indian respond to tangible financial outcomes. Absolutely. People are looking for, if I enroll in a program, what will benefit? And that's where we help in your positioning in the very first place. So once you join the scaled ecosystem, what we do is we work with you on your positioning statements. Okay. How you're positioning your program. And in today's time, people are looking for outcome, particularly financial outcomes. Now, Edtech is education, which is related to career, and career finance comes, right? Salary, income, revenue, common term. So you need to reference to the ROI. If you are investing this can be the outcome if you follow the entire process. Here's the proof. Here's the proof. We have 2 3 students similar to like you. It's so simple. Okay. Mention EMI upfront to neutralize the price objection before it's raised, or I would not recommend upfront, but do talk about EMI in case that is needed, and I that's very common norm. Name drop recognizable alumni, industry mentor if available. As I mentioned, social proof is very, very important. What kind of mentors you have, it's act like a moat for you. Secondly, talk about social proof, references, case study, testimonial, what kind of results you have, deliver. Okay. Here comes the commitment part, which is last part. So I have also mentioned the timelines here. So 15. So you can spend 20 minutes on this, 15, 20 minutes on pitching, and last 15 minutes on commitment. So the goal is not to close aggressively, it's to confirm alignment and invite a decision. And that's where I'm not a fan of pressurizing sales. I don't even teach that. You need to identify the gap, pitch in your program, fill up the gap, and then comes the commitment part. Now here, of course, a lot of people have hurdle in their mind. What are those hurdles? Oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I need to discuss with my spouse, parents. Oh, I need to think about it. So you need to clarify everything, and that's again a framework which again I will be sharing right in this conversation, in this video itself. Okay. So trial close based on everything we discussed. Does this feel like it's the right fit for you on a scale of 1 to 10? Trial close or scale close. Now it's a very important segment. I'm sharing it with you, and people pay 7 figures to me just on that. 7 figures just to train their team on this, and I'm giving it for to you for absolutely free. Okay, scale close based on everything we discussed so far. Does you feel this is the right fit for you? Does you feel? Are you certain this program can help you get that outcome? And you could need to specify that outcome that you can get the 10 LPA job, 15 LPA job. How on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident you are, how certain you are, how sure you are. Use these terminologies. Point one. Point two. Present enrollment options clearly, full pay, EMI, scholarships, whatever that you have. Use the payment link, walk through techniques, screen share the payment page to reduce the friction. Silence after the price reveal is very normal. Do not fill it do not feel do not fill it nervously. Wait for 5, 10, even I think I would recommend 8 seconds. Golden is use 8 seconds. This is a master stroke or a golden tip. I'm giving it to you in this video. After the price, just pause for 8 seconds. The person who speak after revealing the price often lose the deal. If you are speaking, you're gonna lose. If your prospect is speaking, they're gonna lose. Means they're gonna lose means you're gonna win, right? So silence is your weapon. Pause is your weapon in your, particularly when you reveal the price. Pause after revealing the price. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Okay. Try that out. I would highly recommend. If they say yes, confirm enrollment, send the payment link. If they say maybe, transition modality, objection handling, which again I'm gonna cover. Okay. So this is the entire structure as I mentioned to you, and you need to practice on it. It sounds like too much for you right now as a founder if you're watching or a salesperson you're watching, but you need to practice. But you need to practice, and this is where I'm gonna give you the like best practices which top high performing sales team use. They do mock calls every single day, role plays every single day. And this is particular. They read out their script loud every single day in the morning. They write down their script on the pen and paper every single day so that it becomes their second nature. They don't have to memorize anything. It's ingrained in their brain. And that's how they have become high performance. Okay. So you need to use this entire process. So again, as I shared with you, if you are just here for the learning, you can learn, but it will not going to change anything for you if you're not going to implement practice on it. And I would highly going to say practice for at least 30 to 45 days. At least give your team 30 days to practice on the script. Inside Scaled, we give you account managers who do mock calls on a one-to-one with your sales team every single week and give you the live feedback in the call itself. Right. So that's how we need to ensure that your team practice it. Just getting this document, watching the video will not be sufficient. And that's the main part. This is the main part. Doing, practicing. Okay. Now comes the objection handling part. Okay. So objections are not objections. And I always tell to the sales team, if you are into sales, uh, expect you're gonna get objections. Go in every call, expect objections will be there. Be prepared for it. The majority of the sales team or the person who work in the sales, they feel like, oh, people will come and you're gonna pitch the program and then they're gonna say, oh yeah, let's go ahead. I'm willing to pay. That's not how it is. I mean, that's why it's sales. That's why it's tough. You need to anticipate that people gonna give you objections. So what is the difficult part? They are not ready what to say when they get objections because they have not been trained. They have not done the enough practice in a rightful way, right? So how to go about this training part? So if you can practice on every day on objections just for 30 days, you will see a transformation. Okay. You will see a transformation in your sales performance. And I'm telling you this after working with some of the leading brands in India and across the globe. This is how the practices, this is how the best team works. Every single day, mock calls, objection handling, this objection, that objection, this objection, that objection, redo it. And that's why what we have done inside Scaled is something amazing. Let me just show it to you. What we have created is we have created these GPTs which are custom as per your team. Okay. So we have created this custom GPT basically where you just need to upload your 10 scripts, 10 sales call transcript where you felt the lead was quality but your team failed to close them. Upload those 10 transcript there on this. Okay. And it's gonna give you your sales objection handling playbook. It's gonna recognize all the patterns, common objections your team received, how they handled it. It's gonna rate them, what were right, do's and don'ts, and create an entire playbook customized as per your sales team, your program, your target audience, how your team is doing. Everything will be customized. It's not a copy paste. It's the AI playbook that is customized as per the data that you're gonna provide it to. Right. And there is a person, one of the team member used it inside Scalar, and their sales team closed 1 lakh additional sales using this objection GPT. 1 lakh additional sales in a day, in a day, using this GPT, because it's gonna give you such a detailed metaphors as well, like entire playbook. So these are the weapons and the tools that we are sharing with the teams inside Scale, right? Similar to that, we have created a sales script for like mother sales script builder. Here you need to give 10 sales script where your team have closed the deals. The quality lead, your team were successful in closing. Give the transcript, it's gonna create a mother sales script based on the framework that we have created. Right. So this is an extension we have gone, like this kind of tool that you are providing to your tool to your team so that they can scale, they can practice, they can do mock calls, role plays, and they scale the business and they close more. Right. So this is a world-class advancement level training we are providing inside Scale It. And how, because you ask any sales team what they want. Oh, Sachin, tell me how to handle this objection. How I can generate trust in the call. Come on. You cannot do that without following this process that I just outlined to you. Every step importantly matters a lot. And there will be KPI for each step. Okay. So there's a framework. Again, I'm giving you it for absolutely free. Okay. But this is just the surface level. More detail, everything comes inside. Scale it as I mentioned to you. So it's a three-step framework when it comes to dealing with any objection. Acknowledge, clarify, and ask. Acknowledge means validate the concern without agreeing with it. Show empathy first. If they say, hey, the price is too high, I need to think about it. Okay, let me come back to the document. Yes. So this is a three-step framework, ACA framework, acknowledge, clarify, and ask. So this is a three-step framework. This is, as I mentioned to you, is just a overview. We go detail in this. Once you are into scale it, because of course you're part of an ecosystem where like world-class teams train, right? And let me just share that with you here once more time. Like look at the wins people are getting. Okay, so people are closing like 2 lakh in 10 days, and these are the people who are just starting out. There are teams like look at this, 3 to 4 lakh to 25 lakh in just 2 months. We work on the sales script and marketing, two angles. This girl closed $2,000 deal. This guy closed $1,000 deal. Uncertain to pipeline, new closes. Like this guy closed 1 lakh every single week. So he's a solopreneur from Harvard. Okay, 1,200 US dollars. Look at that. So every now and then people are closing here. That's how you can see it, right? Close three sales calls. 3 sales deals. Look at this, Karthik. So all I'm trying to share with you is there's a proof. I'm showing it to you, right? There's a proof. People are using them and closing deals. Okay. So acknowledge if they say price is too high. Hey, I totally understand. Thank you for thank you for being honest. Okay. So for a moment, if we keep the price aside, How do you feel about this program on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you how certain you are that this can help you to go from here to here? That's what we call acknowledging. Don't go like this, okay, in the call. Otherwise, when you are handling objection, the breathing goes up and up. Okay, they anticipate you try to defend. You will try to justify things. So keep the calm, acknowledge, and always say, not a big issue. Yeah. For example, if they say, I need some time to think about it. Okay. So, okay, I got it. So, apart from like thinking process, how do you feel about on a scale of 1 to 10 on the program? How you feel about? So this is how you need to ask a follow-up question to understand the real objection beneath the surface, and then reframe additional context, social proof. Accordingly, you deal. So you cannot handle any objection just by state with statements. And we have a very detailed like metaphor checklist that we provide to people, right? Only through questions you will be able to help them navigate through the objections. This is a myth a lot of people have. When they deal with any objection, they pass on a lot of statements. Instead of passing statement, you need to ask questions there. And that's what this framework is all about. And that's what I said. It's just that overview, surface level thing. Real deep knowledge happens once you get into the ecosystem where we train you on the objections. Okay. Top six objection, as I said, it's too expensive. I've given you the entire framework here. Look at that. I mean, do share this entire video with your sales head or founder or sales team, whatever, right? It's too expensive. I need to think about it. I need to discuss with my family. I don't have right time now. I've seen free content online. I will join the next batch. All major six objections that are being, given whether you're selling in India or outside of India. Okay, go ahead and use it properly. Understood? All right. I mean, I'm not going to in detail. You go ahead and study it and give it to your team. I mean, I have given everything that I teach inside Scale. Then, as I mentioned to you, I have created these GPTs basically, okay, which can be really helpful, which will be customized as per your program, your product, your target audience, and giving the relevant metaphors examples as well, so that your team can handle any objections. So, sales staff can practice real time role play with GPT before going on a live call. Use the GPT to generate objection responses. Share a shared Notion or Google Sheet. That's exactly what we do inside Scale It. And during team huddles, use GPT generated scenario for 10 minutes group role play session every single day. I'm telling you this. Okay, so you're an expert sales coach. And again, a GPT prompt, as I mentioned to you, will be shared inside Scale It if you join there. It's just an overview. Then comes the next part. Session, okay, sales call happened. We handle the objections. But next stage is follow up. I've covered that as well in this entire video. Okay. So what how the follow-up structure look like? The fortune lies in follow-up. And minimum to minimum, I will always recommend keep 5 touch points. You Google it, 80% of the sales comes after the fifth contact. Okay. So you need to keep your touch points 5 minimum. Yet most reps give up after touch point 1. A structured very okay. Yet most reps give, and that's where people give up way too quickly. Follow up, I've seen not too many company even teach to their sales staff or sales team. They feel like it's just it's just up to them. It's a common sense. No, it's not. You need to define SOP for everything inside your sales process. They feel like okay, it's just a follow up. They will do it by themselves. No, they have never been taught how to do it. It's not like a simple hey, can you tell me are you moving forward or not? Blah blah blah. But people are these are bullshit things. I mean, already these are I mean old style of doing follow ups. People don't respond to that, right? So you need to create a SOP on that as well, and that again we teach inside our ecosystem. Okay, so the touch point follow-up system. So this is the 5 touch point follow-up system. Minimum frequency, contact the lead at least twice per week. Vary the medium message every time to avoid feeling repetitive and spammy. And as I told you, every touch point will have a different kind of language. Okay. Same day as the demo call within phone call, value summary plus next steps. Keep the momentum, confirm interest. Touch point 2 can happen within like 2 to 4 days, like 48 hours. At least you need to give them. WhatsApp message. Medium can be again will be a phone call first, and then it will be a WhatsApp message. Okay. Here you can share a testimonial, social proof, and give them a prompt, which again we teach inside Scale It. Touchpoint 3 can happen around 7 to 10 days. Okay. Phone call again, personalized check-in, address lingering objection that were there in the mind. Touch point 4 can happen around 15 to 20 days. Okay. WhatsApp, email, humor, meme, light, re-engagement, break patterns, stay top of the mind. And touch point 5 can happen around 20 to 30 days. Like that means almost like a month. Okay. 20 to 28 days. What again, a phone call and a WhatsApp message or email if you're selling internationally, if your audience is responsive to emails. Breakup message, create a breakup message basically means a final touch points. If they're not responding, they're ghosting you. That's why again you need these touch points. Okay. Here you can add them some valuable content piece from your social media. Okay, that also you can do. All right. So these are a five-step touch point system that you can use inside your ecosystem. Okay. Uh, this I think I will say yeah. So this is how you can maintain your five touch points. Medium also I mentioned to you what can be the message type, a summary, and primary goal of it. Now here's the thing. There's a script I gave into you which you can use. Has a WhatsApp touch point summary. WhatsApp again a phone call summary. Day 4, day 7. According to that you can. Now let me just change the days here. 4 days, 7 to 10 days. Uh, 15 to 20, and here it can be 20 to 25. Yes, or 28. Yes. So this is how the days will be. Okay. As I said, give 48 hours after your conversation, or depending upon the timeline you discuss, like 24 hours, 48 hours, depending upon the time they specify. Now, these touch points are the timelines I've given is as per if they are not sharing any timeline with you. If they tell you, Sachin, check with me on next Monday, and today is Friday, then ensure you check on Monday itself. Don't try to on Sundays try and picking him and all this stuff. Okay. So if they do not specify any timeline, then you can use this. Otherwise, if they have specified mentioned any particular timeline for you, go ahead and use that timeline. Right. So this is a transcript, and as I mentioned to you, touchpoint language. These again are overview. As I mentioned to you, once you're gonna get into the scaling, we go in detail and we give you the entire proper follow-up setup around it. So never follow up more than once per day. This crosses from persistent to harassment. I mean desperation, okay, not harassment. So never follow up more than once per day. I mean this crosses from persistent to a desperation. Log every touch point in the CRM immediately after it is made. Personalize every message. Use the lead name and reference something specific. Rotate between phone call, WhatsApp. Do not use email as a touch point 1 or 2. Email open rates in India Tech are much lower. As I mentioned, after touch point 5, it's going to move to a monthly nurturing email sequence, valuable content, not hard selling as I mentioned. Okay. And here's a golden tip which is not mentioned in this document. And that's why I said this is just the top view here. Record a personalized video if needed, maybe on the second or third touch point. Hey, Sachin, we had a conversation on your goals, how you're struggling with XYZ and you want to go to XYZ, and because of that, you have been feeling this. So, looking forward to hearing back on how we can, help you as discussed with you in terms of achieving that. I tried reaching out to you, but there was no response. Looking forward to hearing back if you're open to upgrade, upskill yourself, and achieve that outcome. 30 to 60 second, 90-second video. That's it. Put on the WhatsApp, send them on the WhatsApp. Okay. Send GIF, memes, okay, valuable content, success stories as I mentioned too. So these are different type of follow-up mechanisms in India. As you know, but like typical Edtech people just use, hey, I'm checking with you, hey, I'm doing a follow-up with you, hey, let me know if you're enrolling, hey, let me know if you want to buy and all. No, people are fed up with this kind of style. Use this entire, like, you can be more creative in your follow-up. That's why I always teach to the sales team. Oh, people sometimes fall for your creativity if not anything else, and you will start getting responses. GIF, we have tried in our ecosystem. We have tried, I mean, teach a lot of edtech teams as well, and they have seen a good response rate. Again, I'm not saying all of them are going to buy. Okay, there's a difference. Okay, people are going to start responding back if they're ghosting. So all these are some of the best practices used by the top performing. So use them, and this is the entire document as I mentioned to you. Then ensure that you measure these KPIs when it comes to follow up. How many follow up attempts one make, how many follow up people responded back, how many leads responded back, how many conversions happen from those follow up. Average touch point before the conversion, lead move to touch point breakup message, leads re-engage after touch point 5. Okay. Now here's the entire SOP quick reference again, which I covered in this entire video. Speed to dial, which is speed of lead response, contact within first 5 to 10 minutes. First call attempt time, CRM, key metric to track. Lead qualification, BANT, discovery, demo booking rate. I've already given you the KPI for that. Main sales call, if it is a second call, closer formula plus R model probe, pitch, and commitment. Demo to enrollment conversion rate. Objection handling, ACA, acknowledge, clarify, ask, objection resolve per call. Follow up system, 5 touch points, 2 per week, varied messaging, follow up conversion rate. Okay, follow up to conversion rate. So this is the entire SOP that I wanted to walk you through. I hope this video was really, really helpful. I hope this video you're gonna go ahead and go and execute and implement by yourself. And again, as I mentioned to you, if you feel like you need any additional support to quickly fasten the speed of this entire implementation, reach out to us, book a call. We will be happy to support you. So, and in case you have any questions, because I said I have covered everything. Once the lead is in, till the time follow up has been done or closure hasn't happened, I've covered everything in this detailed 12-page document, which is Edtech Sales SOP. So, if you want the access of this document, as I mentioned, comment sales, but information or this comment will this document will not going to help you if you're not going to execute implement this inside your business and ecosystem, right? So it all comes down to doing, executing, and implementing. And as I mentioned, if you need our help in growing your tech business quickly with speed, with clarity, control, and speed, click on this link below. Apply for a one-to-one call. We will ask you certain questions to fill out. My team gonna reach out to you, and if you're a right fit, we'll be happy to support you, guide you on how we can help you to scale your business and take it to the next level, right? So that's it from this video. I hope it was helpful, and in case you have any question, as I mentioned to you, reach out in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.